Alrighty, welcome to the last chapter that we have for um, Bizman. So this is Area of Study 2, Chapter 16, and it's wrapping it all up with CSR, so corporate social responsibility, and reviewing KPIs, so key performance indicators, to evaluate the effectiveness of business transformation. So it's tying all of the different concepts that you know into actually having an effective business. So the learning intention is to explore the concept of corporate social responsibility and reviewing business transformation. And the success criteria is I can analyze how CSR is considered when change is implemented, evaluate KPIs in business change and transformation. So just to start us off with, we have the Think Pair Share, and it is in terms of power and influence. You can forget about the church, forget about politics. There is no more powerful institution in society than business. The business of business should not be about money. It should be about responsibility. It should be about public good, not private greed. And this is by Anita Roddick. So I'll get you guys to just pause there and then do the Think Pair Share for me. All right, welcome back. So, 16.1, this is talking about corporate social responsibility considerations when implementing change. So, this is something that we've spoken about before, but just reiterating and reminding. This is CSR, or corporate social responsibility, is the commitment to conduct business in an ethical manner, to take responsibility for the economic, social, and environmental consequences of their activities. So the three pillars was the economic, social, and environmental consequences. Okay, so you got as a corporation, so as a business, how are you affecting these things in your day to day activities? Next, we have this is a new concept, or actually a new term, but it's a concept that you guys have talked about before when you're talking about CSR. So, a business's way of giving back to its community, local, regional, nation, or international, all right, through financial donations and non cash contributions such as time, expertise, and goods. Companies can donate to charities and not for profit organizations. So they can give money or they can give time. So, for example, like some volunteering, or they can. I know lawyers, they do some pro bono. So pro bono means that you're going to represent a client for free, basically. Or you can just give some products if you have products available for you. When they donate, it must be a charity because, of course, it's a social enterprise, or a not for profit. So it is something that you are going to receive profit, but it's always for the good of other people. So you can't have a business donating to another business. Like, that's not philanthropy. All right. Next is 16.2. That's reviewing and evaluating changes using key performance indicators. So these ones you know already, so I've just included them here just to remind you. Operations management means involves overseeing the process required in the production of goods and services. The human resource management, so HRM, that's the management of a wider range of responsibilities relating to the human, so employees, function within business in order to increase the efficiency of both employees and the business. So you're taking care of people and the function of people, so then you can increase their efficiency and their effectiveness as well. So how well they can do something, to the degree of how successful they are, and how well they can do it without wastage and the most production as well. And then we talk about the financial performance. So financial indicators that includes profit, sales, or revenue. So this is interchangeable, and the percentage of the market share. So how much of the piece of the pie that they have will be an indicator as part of the financial KPIs. So this is actually not an introduction. Like, you guys have seen this before, but yeah, we'll just review it just so it'll tie everything back together again. So the overview is that CSR refers to companies taking responsibilities for their impact on society and the environment beyond their legal obligations. So this is probably the key word here. There are laws that they need to follow, but this is going above and beyond those laws that they have to do. So it's basically like a nice thing to do rather than a non-negotiable. Yeah. So the link to the business objectives are: CSR practices are integral to building trust, fostering sustainability, and promoting ethical operations. CSR objectives can also be business objectives. So when you do CSR practices, this is what you are going to get. You're going to get trust, you're going to get sustainability, and you're going to have ethical operations. So that's the benefit. But you can also have your business objectives can also be CSR objectives, right? So you can have ethical processes as part of your objectives, or you can have ethical sourcing as part of your business objectives. And we have to think about again the triple bottom line. So bottom line was just the financials, but the triple bottom line is including the effects on people, including the effects on the planet, and then the profit as well. So part of the financials also. These are the CSR considerations when you think about change implementation. So when implementing change, a business must consider its impact on key stakeholders and should take ethically responsible decisions. Yeah. So you need to, when you are going to make a change, so CSR would get you to consider, am I going to use a sweatshop in Vietnam, or am I going to actually, you know what? You can even say you use a sweatshop in Vietnam, or you can pay the Vietnamese people a fair wage rather than using a sweatshop where it's underpaid labor. So it's fine. It's okay to have your manufacturing overseas, but you need to make sure that it's still ethical as well. The strategies that you can include are your vision and your mission statements. So those are the things that's guiding you. Your code of ethics and conduct. So how you do your day-to-day. Your employment human resource policy. So how you're going to treat your employees and your team. If you have ethical means, then you're going to have good resource policies that keep the business accountable. And then corporate philanthropy as well. So are you going to donate some money, or are you going to donate some of your employees so that the community or effectively your community and your stakeholders are going to benefit from your business? The results of the CSR commitments these are the things that will happen if you implement CSR considerations. So these are the things that you can include as part of your answers as the so what. So customers are more likely to shop with the business. So if they know that you are ethical, they're more likely to shop there. More potential employees are likely to apply. So if employees like that a business does good work, more people are going to want to work there. Existing employees are more satisfied. So if they have a sense of fulfillment that that the business is doing the right thing, they're going to be more satisfied and will stay and keep working on your business. And then you're going to have stronger and more ethical supplier relations. So you're not taking advantage of the people and the community, and you're also not taking advantage of your suppliers as well. All right, the CSR considerations in your change implementation. So these are the strategies, and these are the examples that you actually of how you can apply these strategies. So incorporating CSR goals into your company's vision and missions to signals to stakeholders commitment to broader societal goals. So if you have a guiding light basically of how your business is going to operate, and you're telling the whole world basically that this is what it is that we want to achieve and how we want to achieve it, yeah, you're signaling to stakeholders, like we were talking about with the employees, potential employees. I mean, your potential customers, that this is what we want to try to do, and then it's going to um, sit better with them. We have ethics and code of conducts. An explicit or an unspoken way to guide employee behavior and corporate practices. So this is linking to your corporate culture. So if there is a way we do things here, it is going to be upheld by your employees. So an example of this could be that if there is someone that is doing the wrong thing, what if you have a really good code of ethics or a corporate culture that has ethical practices, they're going to basically not necessarily tell on each other, but they are going to pull each other up if they are doing unethical practices as well. So that is, or they won't do these unethical practices to begin with. So that's what it talks about when you have corporate practices and you're linking it to your corporate culture. The example of employee practices would be fair recruitment, diversity and inclusion. I'm going to just do an asterisk right here. Just remember, it is diversity and inclusion regarding the experiences, not the inclusion for the sake of inclusion, right? At the end of the day, it should be the best person for the job. Fair labor practices. So you're not going to dismiss people just because you don't like them. You're not going to give someone less shifts just because you don't like them as well. And workplace safety. So you have the responsibility to your employees for ensuring that they have a safe workplace environment. The corporate philanthropy and community engagement. So the way that you can do this is contribution to societal welfare through donations, volunteer programs, and partnerships with not-for-profits, leading to strengthened community relations, enhance brand loyalty. So you can do some partnerships, or you're going to be sponsoring any of these charities. So these charities as well, like the side benefit of it is that you have these charities who have their own set of like followers and community that they've built, and because you are sponsoring them and you are supporting them, you're going to have some sort of catchment with them to your own business as well. So they might be people that you would have never been able to reach, but because you have a connection or a sponsorship with these not-for-profits, it's more likely as well that you can increase your market reach. So it works both in the philanthropic way, so like a good thing to do way, and also like a business objective way, so you're increasing your profits. And lastly, how does it affect your stakeholders? So juggling the interests and potential conflicts of various stakeholders. So like we were talking about in the last chapter, you need to just make sure that you know the different interests of your stakeholders, the conflicts that may arise with them, and then move on forward according to building the business objective that you want. All right, so reviewing performance using KPIs. So we talked about KPIs before. That was the key performance indicators, and the KPIs are quantifiable. So quantifiable means that there is like a you can have progress with it because there are numbers that you can actually see that before it was this and then now it is this. Yeah, so that's when you know that you are. It is a good KPI to have. Used to evaluate the success of an organization in achieving business objectives. The link, of course, is to the effective use of KPIs allows for continuous improvement and strategic decision making in achieving identified business objectives. So when you have relevant KPIs, so something that is going to be useful for you, and you use it well, then you can make strategic decision making or informed decision making to try to achieve a business objective. So, for example, a perfect one for a business objective would be increasing profits. And my KPI for that is going to be my sales and my cost. So I need to make sure that I'm tracking my sales. So if I'm not selling enough, I need to do more to sell more. And if I sell more, that means it's going to increase my profit. So the business objective here. Or if I look at it as the cost side of it, if my cost is too high, it means that I'm actually losing out on profit. So I'm going to focus on reducing my costs, therefore increasing my profit. So having good KPIs and relevant KPIs is going to help you make decisions to achieve your business objectives. These are the different so this is the business performance. You can perform in these manners, and then these are how you can actually use your KPIs for each of these business or these categories. It's linked as well to the categories that I shared with you guys earlier in Unit 3, but this is more of a succinct way. So if you just remember these four, I think these are fine. So in terms of operations management, the KPI would be, also the business objective would be increased productivity. And so the KPIs would be more output. So if they are more productive, they have more output and less waste. So they're wasting less things. So business objective is this, productivity. KPI would be the output and waste. And that would be for operations management. Next, we have human resource management. So the business objective that you'd want is you would want to have satisfied employees. So satisfied employees means that they're more productive, so they're more effective at their job, and they have less absenteeism. Right. So these are the KPIs that you could use. Keeping in mind, of course, when you have absenteeism, it means that they're not satisfied with their job. That's why they want to be at your job less. Financial performance, this is very a clear-cut one. The business objective is more profit. And to get that, you're going to be tracking your sales for your KPI. So sales and less costs. So more sales, less cost means more profit. And lastly, we have the corporate social responsibility. So you want it to be sustainable and ethical while still making a profit. So there is no point focusing on this if you can't make this. Because if you still can't make a profit, your business will die. And if your business will die, this is pointless. Yeah. You can do all the good in the world. If you don't have a running business, it will die. So even with the not-for-profit organizations, they make a profit, but their profit again is not to keep in the business, it's to do more good out in the community. Even with charities need to be cash flow positive, and the cash flow comes from the donations from people. If they don't have donations, there is no more charity because it will die. All right, so this is the key thing here, that you can be think about all the CSR that you want. If you're not making a profit though, your business will die and you can't even do good in the world. Oh, all right. So that's pretty much it for the units. So the unit 4. Unit 4 is basically tying all of the different things that you've done in your past 4 units of business management. Yeah. I hope at this point in time, you guys are all really prepared. Good luck on your exams. You guys should have a couple of more weeks before the end of your exams. Just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to teach you guys, for allowing me to invest in you guys. I know that we had really good discussions, and thank you for being open to all of these different ideas. I wish you all the best in your exams, but your year 12 may be at the end of high school, but it really is just the start of the life ahead, and what's more to come. So yeah, really all the best with your life. Keep in touch. You can add me on LinkedIn if you guys like, and I can give you a good reference also. All right, I'm gonna be too emotional now, so I'm gonna stop the recording. Take care. Bye.